Mara Show is brought to you by our Amazon page. It's the most important way to support the Mike O'Mara Show, especially during the holidays. The next time you need to buy any gift for that person you love, just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon button on our website. Then shop like you normally would. It's that simple, and happy holidays from the Mike O'Mara Show and everybody at Amazon.com.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
If you haven't gotten the bonus show this particular week, I will tell you, if you just decide to grab it today.
Yes.
If this is the first bonus show you ever listened to, let me just tell you, we load the bonus show at the very beginning with the most amazing Christmas cheer I think you will ever hear. I think you're right. I love all the bonus shows, and Lord knows they've gotten better ever since I let Rob take over for me, because I was just Crispy Critters. And you might say, Mike, how can you be Crispy Critters when you're only doing 5 shows a week and they're 79 minutes long? I said, blow it out your ass.
That's exactly what you
much.
said. I will say this, Mike. What you brought to the bonus show in the opening moments this week makes Andy Williams look like the ultimate,
absolute
like
magic.
almost like Satan.
Magic.
It makes Andy Williams look like Satan. It makes Perry Como look like Krampus.
A true mensch on the bench.
Yeah,
Thank you very
you.
much.
That's him.
Really, a mensch on the bench. I hope you get a chance to listen. So there's my little plug. And Rob Spiewak, before we get to Rachel's desk piece.
That's exactly what it is. It's the 5 spot from the old Tonight
Show. We have
Show.
our intern, Rachel from American University, has a desk piece. And I hope when Rachel is old and gray, many, many years down the road, that she will save these desk pieces that she did, but really her first foray into professional broadcasting. Mm-hmm. Who came in? No. But the fact is, I hope she gets a chance to look back on this, because God knows we love we love the last one.
Yes.
And I haven't heard this one, but that's coming up. Before we do that, though, we have to tidy up some business, because Rob Spiewak is having a bit of difficulty.
It's really bad. It's shaky. I nearly sweat through my shirt yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah. The thing is that we have been so jam-packed, chock full, as Tony Perkins would say. That
chock full.
We've missed out on. There's something I really needed to tell you on Wednesday of this week.
Now hold on. No, stop,
I got
stop.
to.
No, oh God.
No, it's Wednesday. It's
You're
Wednesday's tape.
so out of control. You're so out of control. You just had to get right to it.
I do.
You forget all the rules.
Only got 16 more.
All the rules. La 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 la.
I'm a raging alcoholic.
So Wednesday, Mike, there was only 16 days to shop for Christmas.
You're playing all of them?
Not all of them.
Mike, he has to. Look at him. He's shaking.
But
he
feel
doesn't
better.
he doesn't even adhere to the comedy rules, because we have discovered what is important to him. His disorder is important to him.
Yes.
My
That's it.
disorder.
Your disorder. The fact that you didn't get your non-funny, routine, repetition, Rob Mob bullshit onto the show is what is important to you. Satisfying advertisers? No, not satisfying. That's not important. No. Comedy timing during the show? No. Booking guests? No, absolutely no. Getting the audio just right? No. The little man from the 1950s, getting that on, that is supremely important to you.
I would like to tell everyone out there that if you're interested in sponsoring the Christmas Countdown, it is a sponsorable opportunity. Mm-hmm. So you can do that. Now, yesterday, did you listen?
Now, hold on. You have no intention.
Brilliant.
You
That
have
is
no
brilliant.
intention. He's not going to sell that.
Years later, it's brilliant.
It only took 6 years.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Now, yesterday,
and hold on, I've got fruitcake on my power cord. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Are you talking?
I was wondering.
No, it's really fruitcake.
Oh, black walnuts don't conduct electricity.
I walked out of the studio with my little Croc sandals on yesterday, and I was going.
Oh, did you find a date in your shoe?
Yeah, there's apparently some of the.
I mean, that's a carpeted room.
If there was only some way to fill the time while he cleans it, like a tape I should have played yesterday.
Oh, God damn you!
This is Thursday's tape.
15 days for Christmas shopping. 15 days
To fill the stocking.
All right, you don't need to sing along with it. It's bad enough.
Got 15 more.
Hey there.
Hi there.
Have you done your Christmas shopping? You better hurry up, or
Oh,
Be sorry.
Yeah. There are about 5 people in our audience that are absolutely
Oscar's favorite
ragingly
one.
hard
Be
right
sorry.
that's I hear like a little parrot.
The eggnog's running out.
All right. Okay.
we're
now,
now,
what are
Mike,
you gonna?
we're
Shut
caught
up.
up.
Shut up. Are you gonna hand? You gonna hide the other one in the show somewhere? Is that what you're gonna do?
Oh, you'll have to wait and see.
Okay, great.
You'll
Okay.
be
So
sorry.
we're
Yeah, and if you
caught
miss
up.
it, you'll be
Fantastic.
sorry.
Speaking of fruitcake, bad news. Bad news in the O'Mara household.
¿Qué pasó?
Yeah, the little guy, as we speak, at the allergist, they do the thing now where they just put a drop on the skin. It raised immediately. He's got a severe nut allergy, which just sucks. Really sucks, doesn't it, for him?
That does.
He's such a good, sweet little
no.
boy, and I just wonder if it's because he has an elderly father. I think of that immediately. That's what I think.
Oh, there's lots of
my,
youthful
my
parents.
seed was apparently laden with allergies.
And can
I'm not
you
sure.
load him slowly bring peanuts into his world, and then he'll lose that
That's
allergy?
right, Mike. Do it the
Do
way
you-
the
I mean, are you being
Nazis
serious?
did.
I
I'm
have no
serious.
idea.
That's a new
I have no idea.
methodology. Yeah.
Is
No,
it
they
really?
they're
Yeah.
saying that.
You slowly, and I'm not talking like a whole peanut, but you'll start with a little piece and then build up so the allergy will actually go
Well,
away.
That's the old
I'll-
theory. That's the old theory that it works. Like I was on allergy shots for years where they would give me stronger and stronger solutions of the stuff I was allergic to.
Work.
And then it would get you used to it.
I got that.
Work.
Pony with that
Did
tip.
Pony say work?
He said work. We can go home now.
Hold it. Look at the calendar. Today.
14 days for Christmas shopping, 14 days to fill the stock, 14 days for Christmas shopping.
Pony with my laugh of the week. Oh my God! But then he
Hi there.
goes.
Only 14 days left for Christmas shopping.
Hi there.
Time's a fleeting.
Oh, my
Yeah.
favorite. Times of fleeting.
14 days to buy a gift for Pony.
Mr. Spiewak, we're going to introduce more and more work to you, so you don't have to get the shots anymore.
Hey, you know what I'm getting Pony for Christmas? Pony earmuffs.
that?
I'm going to get him a gift card for the hospital when the lung cancer kicks in.
Oh no, God!
that is
Oh
not
my
jerk.
God! No, pull
Cut
no
to the
punches.
core. Cut to the
Pull no punches.
Merry Christmas.
Oh my
Mike,
God.
I think that is a new methodology, and I saw it in the nightly news with Lester
Well-
Holt.
I'll be getting texts throughout the show just to get updates on how he's doing. He's God, he's edible. I'll have something about him in the show. We have the big Christmas thing, and he's just.
I'm
a
really
sweet
sorry
kid,
to hear
so.
that, Mike. That's a drag.
Sucks. Yeah, but you've been through a lot
But-
worse. So we'll get through this. We'll persevere. That's for
He's
sure.
not allergic to Star Wars.
No.
He's
Nice
he's not.
segue.
Yeah, totally unrelated. I mean, how do you? He's not going to go see Star Wars. We're not taking him to Star Wars. However,
my father took me to Superman, and I didn't know what was going on. I just remember I have a fond memory of
Oh my
being
God,
in
you
the
had
theater.
to be like 3.
I was a little kid, and I
Yes.
have a fond memory of my dad saying, "Did you like the movie?" And I had a big bucket of popcorn that was as big as my arms, and I said, "Yeah, Dad." And I was walking out of the theater with one of my fondest memories.
Of course, when he
Wow.
saw it, Mike,
Yeah.
it was called El Hombre Superioso.
did your dad take you to many? Did your dad take you to many movies?
He took me to rated R movies, Mike, because he didn't want to go alone.
Ah,
Oh,
there you
really?
go.
Yeah, he
He
took me
did-
to all the James Bond movies that I
So
shouldn't
you
be
went to a
seeing.
lot of movies with your dad.
Yes.
That's cool. See, going to a movie with my dad was an absolute treasured experience
Yeah.
because it was so rare. My dad never took me to movies, and I can count them. I know exactly
My-
what they are. There are 3 of them. There are 3 of them. There is Ice Station Zebra,
Nice.
Rock Hudson, right?
Rock Hudson,
Yeah,
Tora,
Nice.
Oh, I'm
and I
sensing
think,
a theme.
and then with my mom, The Sound of Music, which I went with my mom and dad by myself. First time I ever went to the movies by myself with my mom and dad. It was that's how rare. That's how rare.
My
it was.
mom doesn't like going, and for years, my dad would just take me. I was the youngest, so he would just take me.
My dad took me to
See,
a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
take him
movies.
to tons of movies. I
Yeah.
can't wait.
And my dad took me to some really great movies, but the one memory that always springs to mind is we went and saw the Jeff Goldblum version of The Fly, which was
Oh
being
my
touted.
God, that's a scary
Oh,
movie.
That was
my
being touted as
God.
one of the scariest movies in a long time. So and it was early enough that the theater was fairly packed. So we're sitting there, and I'm probably 13, and the credits come up, and Mel Brooks produced the movie, right? So
I had no idea that he produced The Fly.
oh, he made a mint on it. And so we're in a dark theater, and it's that silence that you only get right before a horror movie starts rolling, right? And it's, it says like 20th Century Fox in association with Brooks Films. And my father and I both go, because we're so accustomed to Mel Brooks making us laugh.
And the rest of the theater went,
Yeah.
because they didn't get that joke.
And
that's,
then,
that's true.
and then we all threw up because he was eating food by spitting on it.
Pretty amazing. Great horror movie.
Still holds up.
It's a good one.
And let me just take this opportunity Rob Spiewak was there.
Yes.
And thank you.
Thank
From
you,
the
Jeff.
bottom of Jeff Goldblum's heart. Aren't you a sweetie? All right, moving right along. It's time once again for a feature we debuted a short time back on the Mike O'Mara Show, and that is Rachel, Man on the Street.
Yes.
Rachel takes her digital audio recording device and heads out to the hallways of America. Well, I think it's American University. I'm not
she's
sure.
covering AU,
It's
yeah.
TMOS on the streets.
Yes.
TMOS on
Yes.
the street, and yes, because once Rachel's goes bye, we're gonna task somebody else with it. That's very good,
Clear.
Oscar.
But she's here
So-
for the next semester, so
Yeah,
we
she's-
have that
As a
going
matter
for
of fact,
us.
she is already back in California
Yeah.
today. She is done for the semester, so we wish her
wonderful.
well. Yeah.
Okay, so Rachel ventured out, and what is the subject du jour for Rachel's Man on the Street?
Mike, 1 week out, we are going to be talking to the youth of America about the new Star Wars movie. And my
right.
takeaway from this, keep in mind, some of the facts in this piece may have been fudged. The takeaway from this is not everybody cares.
Okay, all
right.
very good. All right,
right.
I thought the whole country cared. Though, if you pay attention to the media, you would think everybody cared about this.
Let's go to the tape.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Do you think the new Star Wars movie will be a good date movie?
To be completely honest, I didn't know there was a new Star Wars movie, but if I were taken on a date to a Star Wars movie, there probably would not be a following date.
No. Honestly, I think it'd be a great date movie, because if there's violence in it, then you can snuggle up next to the person next to you, and it'd be great. Would you swipe right for Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, John Boyega, the new Stormtrooper, Yoda, or one of the really hot Ewoks?
Well, I'm definitely gonna say not Yoda. Some people are into like the older guy type, like the wisdom thing. But that's not me. I try to keep within the same age range. The sexy Ewok is maybe not my thing either. But, I appreciate that she's so confident. Like, confidence is sexy.
Probably C-3PO, because he's smart and strong. I think in this new technological era, it would be really useful to have Tinder match that could take care of me technologically.
The really hot Ewok, definitely. I feel like Luke Skywalker is the hero, so if I knew more about Star Wars, my gut tells me that Luke Skywalker is the guy that I want to date.
Luke Skywalker looks like a douchebag. I like this black guy. He looks handsome. He's the new Stormtrooper.
What's a stormtrooper?
Which droid would be more faithful in a relationship? C-3PO or R2-D2?
Oh, man. I don't know. I guess I'll have to report back once I try them both out. I might have to say R2-D2. C-3PO looks a little flighty.
Well, I think C-3PO has more to say. I'm more of a conversation kind of person. I'd feel less threatened with the smaller of the two and less verbose of the two.
So what is your opinion of the new female Chewbacca? And do you think political correctness has gone too far?
There's a female Chewbacca? Oh my god. That's f***ing awesome.
Does Chewbacca fall in love with her? I think that should happen.
That's stupid as fuck. It's just a female Chewbacca. People need to chill with that.
Oh, well, political correctness. I mean, girls can be hairy too. It's not a big deal. I agree. I think it's good that it's defying gender stereotypes, but I also feel isn't it kind of just tokenism? It's good that there's a hairy female Chewbacca, but at the same time, I'd like to know their motives.
No, I think it's great that there's a female Chewbacca, because why not? There's a male one, but it also didn't really know that Chewbacca had a gender.
Political correctness. I don't really know how a female Chewbacca might offend someone. I personally do not feel offended. But you never know these days. So maybe a female beast is offending someone out there.
So Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker had a torrid affair before they knew they were related. What's your take on this affair?
Had a torrid affair?
Yeah.
I could see how they would get along. I mean, she's a princess, and he can walk on the sky. What princess wouldn't like that, Sometimes you just don't know you're related. I feel like if they have kids, that might cause some struggles,
Incest is a thing, man. I swear to God, I stalk people from the town I grew up in, and there's f***ing incest happening. I'd say that really sucks, because if you make a baby with your brother, it's
not going to be great.
Do you know who Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker are?
Yeah, Princess Leia has the buns.
What's my take on it? That's tragic and unfortunate, and I hope there's no explicit scenes involving that.
I think that's totally possible. Definitely had crushes on my cousins, knowing we're related. So, you know what? It's all good.
So, in the relationship between R2-D2 and C-3PO, who would be the top and who would be the bottom?
C-3PO would be the top because he has legs. And R2-D2 would be the bottom because he's got like one hole and it's like in the top. So
I guess this comes not from necessarily experience, but when there's like a shorter and a taller couple in a pairing, you kind of have to go with the default that the short is the bottom. Like visualize like, you know, like a Great Dane and a Chihuahua, like it can really only go one way. So I'm gonna say the white robot is definitely the bottom.
So what is your reaction to the news that Harrison Ford crashed the Millennium Falcon into that golf course in California?
That's horrible and probably really dangerous. And that ship is pretty big, I'd say, right? Isn't it like a spaceship?
Wait, the Millennium Falcon isn't like an actual thing, is it? I think it's atrocious.
No idea what the Millennium Falcon is. Sounds important. I bet that's a pretty big bill tab that he's got going there, but he did those Indiana Jones movies, so like he can probably pick up that bill.
My reaction is, well, shit.
Do you think this movie would still have been made if George Lucas was still alive?
Don't know who George Lucas is.
Is George Lucas the guy that played Luke Skywalker?
I don't know if he has the same vision as the way that Disney is taking the film, where it's more marketed towards women.
Yeah.
Do you know who George Lucas is?
I can pretend I do. I think it would be frowned upon by him to have a female hairy Chewbacca.
Thank you, Rachel. Rachel on the street, man on the street, TMOS man on the street.
And,
we call that with our wonderful intern, Rachel. That's terrific.
As we look at it as a postscript, you know when they throw a package piece back to the anchor, they usually read something?
Yes.
I'd just like to remind everyone that the Millennium Falcon never crashed on a golf course. There was no torrid affair between Luke and Leia. There is no such thing as a sexy Ewok. There is no female Chewbacca. And as of time of recording, George Lucas is still alive.
Start the show, you hum.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business. From the entertainment capital of the world.
Of course, it's this old house. I don't know why we don't all have pneumonia. Drafty old barn of a place. Might as well be living in a refrigerator. Why do we have to live here in the first place and stay around this measly, crummy old town?
George, what's wrong?
Wrong everything, Troy. You call this a happy family. Why do we have to have all these kids?
Dad, how do you spell frankincense?
I don't know. Why, ask your mother. Now, look, did you buy anything?
Nothing, not even a stick of gum.
All right. Now, we'll go over every step you took since you left the house, right?
This way.
And did you put the envelope in your pocket?
Yeah,
All
no, maybe.
Maybe, I don't want any maybe. We've got to find that money.
I'm no good to you.
Uncle Billy, look, do you realize what's going to happen if we don't find it? Listen to me. Do you have any secret hiding place here in the house? Someplace you hide the money?
Idiot.
Over the whole house, even in rooms up and rising.
Such a dick.
Swear to God. Hate him.
Listen to me. Thank you.
Crow on his shoulder.
I can't think anymore, George. I
He's
can't
the
think
judge.
anymore.
Where's that money, you silly, stupid
Spring
old
on this
fool?
thing. Beat him
Where's
up.
that money?
Kick
You
him
realize
out.
what this means?
Kick him.
It means bankruptcy and
Yep.
scandal and
Let him have it.
prison.
Let him have it. Let him have it,
That's what
George.
it means.
Come on.
One of us is going to jail. Well, it's not going to be me.
Yeah, that's right. Damn right.
It's the Mike
Uncle Billy.
O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
No tolerance whatsoever for Uncle Billy on the Mike O'Mara Show. None. Zed. Bagel. Throw him in prison.
Mike, you know what his name is? It just occurred to me. It's Billy Bailey.
Billy Bailey.
What a
Won't
dick.
you come home, Bill Bailey? Thank you. Coming to you live from the Gabby Pfeiffer studio in the heart of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. On the air and online worldwide, the Mike O'Mara Show, a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. And if you are here, you do too. Our show today brought to you by Spill Zone. Big news from TM Soft. It's Spill Zone 2.0. Spill Zone 2.0 is the puzzle game where the goal is to make the entire puzzle one single color by spilling one color into another. Like all great puzzle games, the concept is simple, but it requires strategy to complete the puzzle in the fewest moves possible. Another brilliant move from Todd Moore. Version 2.0 is now here with another 100 levels for a grand total of 200 levels. The new daily challenge feature delivers a different puzzle every single day. You can compete against other scientists from all over the world to find the best possible solution, and you can also purchase solutions for the bargain price of just 25 stars. You'll never get stuck again, so get ready to experiment, fail, and repeat with Spill Zone 2.0. Unique, challenging, utterly addictive, like all his games. Experiment by yourself or with a friend. Determine the true Spill Zone champion. Visit spill.zone and download this challenging puzzle game to your Android or iOS device. And best of all, it's free. That's spill.zone. Spill Zone, one small pour for man, one giant spill for mankind. Download it today. And please be sure to update your review. Give it a great review.
Do it.
5 stars for that wonderful game. Well, really, really nice job by Rachel. Really, really terrific. We're very, very happy. And
isn't it fun to hear that? It's fun to hear that.
It is fun to hear. It takes me back. It's you forgot how intelligent the youth of America truly is. The young people around America are getting a real bad rap lately with political correctness and comedians that won't perform because they're worried people. Who's the wuss in that situation? If a comedian won't go to a college campus because they're worried that people will be too sensitive, who's more sensitive? Is it assuming that the students are going to overreact, or is it the comedian for being a wuss? I think it's a total cop-out.
And when I listen to the raw tapes that Rachel does, and when I talk to college kids and we interview the interns and stuff, I'm not sure it's the college-aged kids that are the problem. I think it's the kids that are maybe in their upper 20s. I think that there is that sort of notion that they're going towards being too careful and too politically correct, but maybe we're on the cusp of it changing back.
It's nice
well,
to
the
hear
millennials,
a fresh take.
The millennials are taking a beating. I mean, you can't go a day without reading an article about millennials this and millennials that.
Like the crybaby generation,
there's some credence to it, but doesn't every generation get a bad rap?
What did your generation cry about?
My generation was too busy to be perfectly honest with you. We were right. I mean,
They were all trying to score weed.
At 13 years old, I was right at that cutoff where we were starting to think about Nam. And I was worried about that, and we were done with it by the time I got into that zone.
You are just the last 2 years of the baby boom.
Oh, my God. You were the Wonder Years.
Yeah, I was the Wonder Years.
Wow.
Yeah, I was the Wonder Years. Yeah, absolutely. And
what was Kevin Arnold like?
He was wonderful. He was. No, we talked about we were basically finding the vices like cigarettes and booze and getting laid and doing.
But
those
your
normal
generation,
things you do.
were you a kid or were you driving when you guys had the gas situation, the oil situation where you had to do ABDAs?
Yeah,
wow.
I was driving. That was Jimmy Carter, right? Wasn't that Jimmy Carter?
Yeah, the gas crisis was 76 or 7, and you were just getting your license.
The struggle was the recession in the 80s. That's what you lived.
I was 18. I turned 18 in 1977.
Right.
So
that's when Elvis died.
So you went through the gas situation, the gas crisis, and then you went through the recession because we had high inflation. You had to go through that.
Right. Yeah, but it was not, my mom lived through the Depression. I mean, that was the real deal.
Is that what she called your childhood?
Thank you.
I hope she listens today.
Oh, God love her. Yeah, she listens every day. Not. But anyway.
Well, your whole family does. Mine too.
Absolutely. No, it's just, I think that it really makes me feel great. I'm a father of 2 college kids now, so, I mean, I know how college kids roll, and they're absolutely a delight. And I mentioned before that they're very, very confident. They're very smart. I don't have any worries. I don't have any worries at all. I think, frankly, on college campuses, you got the future, and they're getting smart. I really do believe that. I think when I was on college campus, that was the beginning of the
yeah.
You know what I mean? That period of college education.
I was part of it. I locked the door behind me, but I think I hope it's changing. And I think as different as you and I are in many ways, one thing that we've always enjoyed, both of us, is talking to kids, whether they be 3, 4 years oold or even like teens. And now that Julia's buddies are 15, 16 years old, it is so cool to ask their opinions of things that matter.
Really?
And I've always talked to all kids the way I'd talk to a grown-up.
Yeah.
I don't baby talk.
I do the same thing with my 2-year-old.
And I think it's important, and I think it's one of the reasons why Julia and Robert are both
mature,
so comfortable and polite with grown-ups to this day. But when a kid comes over and you burn out like how was school, what'd you do today? I say, hey, did you see something like this on the news? What do you think? What do you guys think of Bernie Sanders?
Smart.
What's your take on Donald Trump?
Yeah.
And it's just so
That's
much fun to get there. And you know what? They're learning it and they're thinking about it. I think the schools are doing a great job too, even at the high school and intermediate level.
You tune into the news and you'll get depressed about the country and you'll think everything's going to hell in a handbasket and you'll really feel that way. I think that, I hear something like that. The long and short of it, I'm uplifted by that. I think it's hysterical.
Fun.
I think it's funny even when they don't know what's going on. And I think she's smart, and I think all our interns are smart. We're blessed to have smart interns forever.
Some work harder than others.
Some work harder than ever, but they're all pretty
than
smart.
others.
Some are smarter than others. Yes.
They're all strong.
Everybody has something they're good at, Oscar.
Right.
That's
Some
right.
of them can, take that microphone in hand. They can get out there and they can do a piece like Rachel.
And she's raising the bar because other interns have come over and said, hey, can I try that?
Right. And we've got a couple starting in January that will have to jump right into the hot oil and see how they do.
I'm not sure if they all can.
So you need substance to do ashtrays?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
So you need substance to do ashtrays?
I'm not. But then again, look what he's doing. He's overachieving.
That's
already.
the guy I've chosen to groom. That guy.
Yeah.
And every time you play that, I think twice about what's going on.
Sadly,
So you need substance to do ashtrays?
the thing he's grooming is his back hair.
We are the worst.
Oh, we're terrible. Anyway, when we come back, speaking of kids, it was the very first 2-year-old preschool Christmas pageant. And
you were so keyed up when I talked to you.
A different vibe, and mistakenly so. It was. I'll tell you all about it when we come back.
Hi, Mimi. What are you doing?
I'm on internet. I go to look for Christmas present for my husband.
So, what are you planning to get him?
I don't know what to get.
What does he like?
He listens to the podcast you recommend to him about 3 guys who bust ball. The Mickey Oreo show.
Oh, the Michael Mara show. I know the perfect gift. You can get him the Tmos bonus show package.
What is that?
Every Friday, they release a bonus show.
Oh, stop tape! Stop tape! Who is the woman? Who is the woman? Is the woman?
It's a guy. I believe he is actually. Isn't he based in the United Kingdom?
Yeah, Mike Brunner.
Yeah, Mike Brunner is.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Back to the playlist. Sorry
so
about
you should
that.
know, Mike. The 2 players are Sanjeev, and as he said in his email, introducing my new character, Lily. We joined this promo already in progress.
It's like motherfucker. It's too good, but only bonus show subscribers have access to it.
Oh, how do I get it?
Go to michaelmarashow.com and click on TMOS bonus packages and just follow the instructions.
Okay, thank you.
Get the TMOS bonus show package ahora for your loved ones this holiday season. Feliz Navidad from Mass Broadcasting.
Oh my God. Moss Broadcast. Wow. He's expanding. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. 'Tis the season for all the things that only seem to make sense at holiday time. Things like eggnog, mistletoe, and, of course, ugly Christmas sweaters.
Yeah.
This is a real treat. Probably not for our DC guys that want to hear this on a 70-degree day, but I think by Christmas it's going to be perfect for your ugly Christmas sweaters.
Yes.
And I'm going to wear it. And it's down here in 80-degree Florida because I'm going to go to tipsyelves.com because they have phenomenal Christmas sweaters. I already got mine. Mine says Bah Hum Pug
Get it?
with a little picture of a pug on it. Trust me when I tell you, these Tipsy Elves Christmas sweaters are like nothing you have ever seen before. They're not for the faint of heart. No, they're fine for the faint of heart. You can give them to somebody with a heart condition. Go ahead. Come on now.
They're a lot
Come on,
of
put
fun.
them.
Do it.
They're fun. That's what it is. And, I want, really, what I'd love to see at tipsyelves.com. You're not going to get rewarded for this, but really, if you get a family full of these sweaters,
Yes.
like everybody gets one, please take a picture and send it to us. We'd love to tell our listeners about it. Please do that. Tons of styles. It's wonderful. Best of all, TMOS listeners get 20% off at tipsyelves.com on anything you order on the site. Just remember the code TMOS. It's a Christmas miracle. And it's not just sweaters. There's lots of other Christmas apparel, like adult onesies. They make great gifts. Go to tipsyelves.com so that you have the best selection to choose from. Remember, tipsyelves.com. Enter our code TMOS at checkout to get your 20% off site-wide discount. Tipsyelves.com and TMOS. You won't believe your eyes. And I love my sweater. I'm going to wear it Christmas Day. I swear
Beautiful.
to God, I'm going to wear it. Even though it's warm, I'm going to do that. So
Turn on the air
Christmas,
conditioning. Pump it up.
Yes, thank you. Christmas. Last evening, the very first performance of my son at the preschool down here in Florida, and so many differences, so many changes. Just I'm a different parent than I was. I was back, believe it or not, even when my daughters were doing this type of thing, I went through the era where you hold up the camera, you videotape everything. Yes. I am a veteran parent now, and I sat back and enjoyed the show.
Smart.
I was
smart.
not.
I remember you
recording
dropped a lot of money on a camera that
Yes.
was top of the line back then.
Absolutely. When you had to bring a camera,
Spared
now
no
everybody's got their,
expense.
That's right.
phones. Where to start with this? He's adorable. We all know that. But the fact is, it's a different world down here, boys. It
In
is
what
a
way?
Blessed different world. It was chill.
You are out of Northern Virginia, to be sure.
I never, ever experienced a mellower group of parents in my life. And you had the grandmas there, you had the grandpa. It was so different. So different. People weren't foaming at the mouth like they do in Northern Virginia. I swear to God, it was bliss.
Is it a population thing or the fact that there aren't that many young people?
You know what it is?
You know
it's
what?
a lifestyle thing, I bet.
It is?
Yeah, it moves at a slower rate down there. I don't mean that in a bad way.
They probably had 100 kids up on stage, if that answers your question. I mean, this is a preschool that goes through the little guys through, I think, maybe 4 years old.
Kids?
So you've got there were kids everywhere.
That's a lot of wrangling.
What's great, it's so much wrangling. I said at the end of the evening, I said to the 2 preschool teachers that work with my son, I said, I'm nominating you guys for the Congressional Medal of Honor because it is such a challenge. They didn't even hear the joke. They didn't even hear. They were so, because one kid was, well, let me walk you through it. It's his preschool is at a church, and we go to the church, and they had the actual pageant in the church, in the actual church itself.
Oh, okay.
This is like the church I go to. This church is on steroids compared to it. This is
because your
the
church
mega
is big. I mean,
I'm
it's
not familiar with your-
ornate and
no,
like fancy,
it's
but
big
it's
enough.
big.
But this, I'm not familiar with the Presbyterians. Are you familiar with the Presbyterians?
Yeah, I've
About
got
it.
a file on them.
Do you have a file on them? What? Can you tell me anything? Can anybody tell me
I'll
anything
look
about
it
your
up, Mike.
Presbyterian?
Yeah, please do. And
it's a Protestant religion, right?
An
I mean,
offshoot, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's an offshoot. What, of the Catholics? Is that what?
No.
It's
It's like Joey from Friends.
Well, you got your Catholics, and then you had your Protestants,
Right.
which are the people that started with the Church of England, didn't? I don't know. I'm going to get in trouble if
No,
I
I
do
think
this.
you're fine. And
'Cause
then
I know nothing
and
about
Mike, there's also
theological history.
There's the Jewish faith.
Well, thank you, Rob. I appreciate
That's
that.
another one.
But,
But there's all
Rob,
the
you've
Protestant
been a member of like 7
It's
different
a
religions. I was just
Reformed
wondering.
tradition within Protestantism.
Okay, so it's a
Yes.
Protestant offshoot, not unlike the Methodists. They all have their sort of, I won't
So
use
is it
this-
mellower? Is it a mellower thing?
Does it
with the
give a
Presbyterians?
It doesn't get into that, Mike. It's just a different type of, I think, Christian religion.
Well, you know
right?
what they were playing a piano up on that stage for the little guys, and then they were playing some tapes too that they danced to. But they had a pipe organ in this church.
Wow.
that I may really just try to sneak in one of their services just to see, because it's where my kid goes to school, just to see the pipe organ in action. It was
Do they use the pipe organ
incredible.
on Sundays? Do they do it like on a regular
I have no
basis?
idea. I've never been. I don't go to that
I
church,
like
so I don't know.
mega churches like that because you can see, you're like, how did they build that? How does that sound? Like, it's really cool, really cool.
Well, it's just, I think, ka-ching, somewhere along the line.
Are you going to upgrade your church?
It's not. They're not going to. No.
Just like
no,
your
I love
cars,
my guys.
Mike.
Love my guys too much. I love my guy. My main guy, James. I
Sometimes
like
you
him a lot.
outgrow the tercel.
And you know what? Sometimes the tercel outgrows you.
Yeah.
I mean, true
No,
happiness
it's
is
not
where you
that.
find it. I do
Yeah.
believe that.
So the way they bring it, I think the 4-year-olds go
Welcome,
first.
Mike O'Mara, our newest
you.
member.
Greetings, citizenry. So glad to be here with your padded seats. Anyway. Oh, it's the first thing you notice when you're raised Catholic. You notice that you go into your first Protestant church and it's like, oh, they have seat cushions.
Yeah.
They said, my ass doesn't have to hurt at the end of the service. This is
Classy.
fantastic.
Yeah.
This is great.
Hard
but it's a
wooden chairs.
big church with a pipe organ that they didn't play, but it was there. I was staring. I said, Carla said, what is that? Because it looks like something from a Star Wars movie. And it had the pipes against the wall.
Sure.
And then it had these giant pipes that looked like monster truck exhaust pipes coming straight out of the wall. You know what I'm talking
Yep,
about?
I do.
Oh, my God.
You know,
I
a
just
true
wanna
pipe
hear that.
organ, the pipes will go from that exhaust size down to the size of almost a pencil.
Really?
Yeah, it is one of the most peculiar instruments just based on the amount of size required for the pipes themselves.
I'm going to look up a cost on
Well,
a pipe organ.
I go to this and they start, and it's the it's the whole baby Jesus thing where they bring the wise men up.
that
and then
act.
They have the kids dressed as animals for the manger, and then Joseph and Mary come up with the little baby Jesus, and then they had the townspeople. They're all they all wear the little the little hats.
So they had 100 kids in costume?
They have yes, they were all in costume. They were
Were
all
the
in
costumes
costume.
charged to the parents? I mean, like, was it the
No.
response? So the
No,
school-
these teachers were it was absolutely incredible.
it boggles the mind.
We hit a home run. We hit a home run. We threw it at a dartboard, did a little research down here, picked this
Wow.
preschool. It's a little out of the way, but we drove down to it, and then they said, I said, well, where's the guy? Where's our dude? And Carla says, he's in the littlest group, so he is going to be last. He's going to be the last group of angels. And so we look on the program, and basically they bring wave number 1, Silent Night. Wave number 2, Away in a Manger. Wave number 3, The First Noel. Wave number 4. So he's like at wave number 5 after the little drummer boy. And there's this massive gap because the timing goes out the window,
right?
And we see they've given him little headbands that have the sparkly on
it's
them,
like a halo.
They're tinsel headbands, basically gold tinsel headbands, and you see all these little gold tinsel headbands at the back of the church, and then you hear crying, and you see the heads moving around, and it's so funny because they're wrangling them, and they're not doing a great job. The only thing I took issue with, finally, he, of course, is the last one up on the stage. He's not the one crying at this point.
Okay,
so he makes his way up the stairs, and this is a stage that is 4 feet off the main floor. This is a big,
Looks huge
ass.
for a little kid.
This is,
If the parents don't sign the waiver, the children may not be in the pageant.
Right. I mean, I'm waiting for Jerry Falwell to come walking in and go, I have sinned against you. But the one teacher who was the chief handler, she leaves Michael at the corner of the 4-foot stage, and then she leaves. I'm like, he's 3 inches from the 4-foot stage. Get a teacher on him right now, because he's tottering a little bit. He's a toddler. But then his teacher makes it up to the stage and sits down next to him. And we had I pulled this move. You've got all the rows. I got there because I'm a chill father for the 6 o'clock show. I got there at 10 minutes, probably 8 minutes before 6.
Well, do you know what happened if you would get to any Loudoun County event 10 minutes before it would happen?
Well, you do it. What time would you get there? You would get there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, for a 6 o'clock, I would get there at 5:20, and you'd almost have to if you want to see
are
where you can.
lying. You would get there.
No.
You would get there
No.
at 5 o'clock minimum.
No, and don't make this bad. It would be about 40 minutes.
Don't make this bad. Don't make
40 minutes is
But what I'm saying is
what
that
is the earliest you ever got to one of your daughter's plays? Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I'm trying to think. I think the earliest we ever got there put us in line the length of the school. The times that I was really early is like when I was forced to sell tickets and stuff. So
Okay,
then you
all right.
have to get there early.
Well,
but also,
it-
if you
it-
sell tickets, you can go block off your seat and be done with it.
You know what? It was packed in the first 20 rows were packed, and then but the sides were fine. So I said, let's go down the front row, sit over on the side. You know,
Hey, I
and
must
then-
be in the front row.
Hey, so we get down the front row. Now we are not front row center. So, and the problem was when his preschool teacher, because they're little, these were the preschool teachers that sat down next to the
line
little
of
guy.
sight, line of sight.
Line of sight,
okay.
and Daddy begins to bitch. It's
Oh.
like, well, Carla, I'm getting a really good view of her hair hanging down in front of his face. And Carla's like, this is a beautiful thing. Don't ruin this. I'm like, she is literally right in the. But you know what? Finally, I said to Carla, because Carla looks over at me and goes, he's crying. He's crying. I said, oh, no. He's crying because he can't see us. He's crying because he can't see us because her head is in the line of sight. That's why I got the front row, because he's 28 months and her. Oh, don't say that in church. Well, his head, we can't see it. And so finally, he steps forward, looks to his right, and we do this thing. We go,
Hi, Michael. Michael.
like total,
Here we
like
are, the
total,
chill
total
parents.
idiots, total idiots. And he turns over and he sees us and he goes like that. And he turns the mouth down where he's going, and then I go, you rock. You're doing a great job. And the frown turns upside down.
Oh, good.
And he
Oh,
starts
good,
to
good,
smile.
good, good.
And then, but these, one of the kids, they're too
He's
little.
so needy.
They're too.
Just like his paw.
They're too little. They're too little. And then at the end, they're taking them out, and they think they're all gonna split up and see their folks.
Right.
Well, no, they're taking them back to the school and the classrooms, and then they're gonna
notes?
see their folks. I don't know. It was a little pantomime. So I do a beeline to the back of the auditorium so that I'll be able to intercept him if he's freaking out and help the
Right.
teachers at the same time. And then I see him, and the little angel, which he is and he was, runs into my arms, and I pick him up and get him out of it. And he had not only the halo headband, but he had around his little sheet with the armholes cut off. I think they saved this stuff.
I hope
think
so.
they got it for all the. He had a little tinsel belt that was also gold, and that was, and the teacher that put this around his waist must have been from the Coast Guard and the knot tying department of the Coast Guard. She must have mastered seamanship, because I swear to God, I couldn't get this. I finally pry it over his little butt and right down to the floor.
Just slide it off?
Just step out of it. Just step out of it. Step out of it right now. And it was 20 minutes, 25-minute show. No fuss. No, you know that
is
because I called you
perfect.
last night.
That
to,
is
go over
absolutely
the-
perfect. As I said, it was like going to a perfect wedding. You got everything you wanted, and you brought it in under a half hour. That's the way you
So
want to do
cool.
it.
And then
just, you get the
appropriately,
beginning
Rob
of-
helped me get some wine on the last night. It was absolutely delightful.
But you know what?
That worked out very
Perfection,
well.
and also what's so cool, and I would lie if I said I wasn't jealous. You're at the beginning of the best Christmas years for that boy, and
Yeah.
it is so
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
cool, so
But
cool.
they're great
I can't even
kids.
get my kids to hang an ornament.
How many
You know,
pictures? How many pictures did you take?
None.
None. Oh.
Absolutely
Did Carla
none.
take pictures?
Nope.
Oh.
I think Carla might have taken one or two, maybe one or
But
two.
they were
maybe when
selfies.
maybe when he was in his costume, because Carla was one of the room moms
Got
that
it.
showed up, because that's
Will there
the way
be like
Carla
a
rolls.
million pictures available at some sort of shared site?
I don't know.
because of the
You know,
school?
the thing is, I read an article. I am going to, at my advanced age, I am going to enjoy these moments for me.
That's
I'm
strong.
not going to hold up a camera, because really, do the math. How many times? Yeah, you'll send pictures with Santa and things like that. But as far as the videos, they never got seen as much as I would, and I don't go back and look at them that much. I want to experience this. I want to see him doing this and all the.
Just
they're
take
all-
a few pictures,
They're all
though.
great.
Make sure
They're-
you take a few pictures, because I know for a fact I've got hours and hours of
I
video
like
for
finding them.
when the kids are little, and if I'm on a lot of painkillers, sometimes I'll bring them out.
You go back and look at him and start crying.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Daddy seems so sad that we've grown up. He's like, no, Daddy's just sad that he's let his life go. That's all. It's nothing
Well, you know what?
kid.
Rob, I will tell you this. It is just every one of them. I mean, that age group.
It's
that
the greatest.
That age group is, you talk about, you just, oh, God, it's a treasure to see these kids. And the one kid that was too precocious, and he went out to the front of the stage and started dancing. They brought him back into the line. He went out to the front of the stage, kept dancing again. They brought him back in line. Then they brought him back a little more vigorously, and you see the teacher going, "You have to stay in line." And he's like, okay, and he goes back out to the front again. It's that age where
that's the reason
you can't reason with them. It's
that's
fantastic.
the reason after the show they had to go back to the school because he had to visit with Mr. Riding Crop.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's the kind of school they go to. Corporal punishment, exactly. All right, we'll take a break, and nice little story about my kid. You didn't think that I only brought a story of joy, and 'tis the season. No. I'll tell you about a fabulous big box store that I'm never setting foot in again. Thank you very much.
Nice.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by FrameBridge. Do you have a million photos around your house, in your phone, on your computer, and not one of them is framed? I had a great picture of Michael that I got just hanging out one morning where he's on the couch, and I went to framebridge.com to get it framed, and they did an amazing job. Probably my total time commitment was 11 minutes, Oscar Santana.
Mike, I sent FrameBridge a poster I want to get framed as a gift, and they wrote me personally and said, hey, there's a little white border around the poster. We think it'll look better with the type of framing you chose. If we cut it off, is that okay with you?
So they're looking out for you all through process.
Really?
Wow.
Sweating the details.
First class service.
Locally. They're a local company, too, around the D.C. area, and we love them. Framebridge.com. If you can't upload it, just mail it to Framebridge absolutely free. Framebridge has every framing option, from classic to eclectic. They have it all. They even have pro designers like Oscar just mentioned that'll help you out. This makes a great holiday gift, even as a gift for yourself, especially with this offer. 15% off your first order and free shipping when you use the code TMOS. This amazing deal is only available this week. So go to framebridge.com, select a frame from their curated collection, upload your art or mail it in for free, preview your art in their custom frame, and enter the code TMOS at checkout to get 15% off and free shipping. Then receive your beautiful custom art ready to hang. Don't wait. This offer is this week only. So go to framebridge.com, use the TMOS code, and save everybody.
Mike, before you get into your story, there's one thing I wanted to ask you about if it would be cool.
What you making? Fruitcake.
Oh, my goodness. That's right, everybody.
Can we do a
time
giveaway here?
for our fruitcake giveaway. Yes, I'd be delighted to do that. Let's see who our big winner is today, Mr. Rob Spivak.
The letter, I like it because it starts out nice. It says, "Hi, knotheads. Here's why I'm so desiring a fruitcake. In the past 6 months, I was in the ICU and went into a coma for 3 days. After I got out of a visit to San Francisco, I got divorced, managed to save my farm and farmhouse, and if you remember..."
Hold on, wait. After I got out of a visit to San Francisco, what does that mean?
I think what he means is it got him out
After
of a
he got
visit.
out of the coma, right?
Yeah, it got him out of a visit to San Francisco, and then he got divorced, managed to save his farm and farmhouse, and if you remember, I am the guy who damn near bought his daughter a live zebra, but settled for the stuffed life-size zebra from Amazon.com to the TMOS website.
There you
and then
go.
he says, word count off, because I think that makes exactly 100 words. Cheers, Kurt Anderson, PhD. P.S. I also own my own town. Population 2, Onyx, Idaho. Me and my daughter are planning a Christmas parade, and we really need a fruitcake. The parade will be short. So we
All
are
right.
calling Kurt Anderson in Idaho.
Let's call Kurt Anderson and give him a fruitcake. This is very, very
It's a rough
exciting.
year.
Population 2. Glad he's out of his coma.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
Hi,
How's that?
this is Kurt. Sorry I missed your call. Leave me a message. Happy holidays. It's fruitcake season.
Oh, man, he left us hanging.
Tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
All right, you mentioned fruitcake, so you get one. That's it. This is the Mike O'Mara Show calling Kurt.
Big win.
Yeah, congratulations. Hope 2016 is even better than 2015.
Thank
Have
you, buddy.
fun in your town of 2.
Town of 2. Kurt Anderson in the town of 2.
You and your daughter enjoy that fruitcake. Nice talking to you, Mr. Mayor. All right, thank you. Have a great day.
There he
No,
goes.
That's it. We're out. So that's good. He
tricked us.
He did.
He tricked us.
Well, he's a PhD. He's a smart guy.
Town
so he did it
of
that
2.
way.
Hey, you know,
That's
it's
very, very
fruitcake
exciting.
season on the Jack Tar.
Hey, from the deck of the Jack Tie. Down here last year, I have gone through waves of being hairy homeowner and being a little more handy. And last year, I went and purchased a power washer.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
Power washing down here was actually right around the time you boys were coming down for Michael's christening.
I remember.
And so I used it one time to make sure everything on the back deck was nice and sparkly. And then I got it out of the garage when we got back down here. And probably 3-4 weeks ago, I fired her up again, and it died. It
Now,
died
is it
completely. And
people want to know: is it electric, boogie woogie
it's
woogie,
electric,
or gas?
Boogie woogie woogie woogie.
Okay.
So I am not a big saver of receipts and all that, and it probably wouldn't matter anyway. But
nowadays, it doesn't matter much.
I thought that maybe I bought it at Box Store A, so we called Box Store A. They said we don't sell that particular product, so
Right.
I called Box Store B. And while Carla was calling them, I went on the website and said, well, there it is. That's the exact product I bought at Box Store B. Box Store B, which I don't really feel any real need to mention, Home Depot, informed my wife that they do not, it's out of warranty. If I don't have a receipt, you have to, they're not going to honor that. But good news, they have a repair shop. And so I'm like, okay,
that sounds good
boy.
for a company
Because-
that can't even handle a return.
Right.
The
They
last
don't-
thing you want is
right.
to have them repair an
They don't-
electrical piece.
They don't bone you enough when they sell you the product. They bone you. And this is a $145 item.
Okay.
This is basically in that ballpark. It is, and so I'm like, all right, I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to go to a mom and pop repair shop. As a matter of fact, I have had such bad luck with the thing that I just maybe leave it on the street. I don't know if they'll take it if I leave it on the street. I'm pissed off. I'm frustrated. But I said, let me get it in the back of the car. The problem is it is approximately 2:30 in the afternoon. Mrs. O'Mara is going to the Christmas pageant, and Mrs. O'Mara has to be in the shower by 3:30. So I venture off, and I know that we've got a depot that is probably within 10, 15 minutes from here. No problem at all. I said,
bam.
where was it? And she said, oh, it's on Colonial where the repair shop is. So that's just maybe 1 mile further down to Colonial from the one that we have here. So I head on down to Colonial, not knowing exactly where this place is.
Is the repair shop in the Home Depot, or is it
Yes.
one that is, so it's actually part of the big box?
It's actually in the depot. So
Okay.
I get down to this Colonial, and I'm like, okay, I take a left. It should be, I thought it would be right at the corner of the main drag 1 and the main drag 2. Well, I drive around. This is 10, 15 minutes, and I'm lost. And then I finally, I cave in. I look on my phone. I'm like, where is this place? She said, oh, it's up near the interstate. So I have to go back. By this time, we're talking 3:15. We're talking 3:15 when I finally get
Stress.
to the Home Depot.
I feel the stress.
Stress is off the charts. I am not. I'm on a time schedule. I'm never on a time schedule anymore. Everything I usually
True enough.
plan my world. That's one of the reasons we talk about extricating myself from the land of traffic is so I would. But it is trafficy here because I'm getting into that rush hour zone, and I pull in and I haul the thing out of the car, and there's a guy outside. And I said, can you tell me where the repair shop is? And he says, yeah, it's in there. And he literally gives me the back thumb.
Just a vague point over his shoulder?
Just a vague point. And so I haul it out, and I move the power washer. And it's lightweight. It's not super heavy.
Sure.
So, because it's cheap. It's
true.
very cheap. It's crap cheap. It's garbage. All right? So that's what
Do
it is.
you
So I
know
bring it in.
offhand the brand of the power washer?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Craftsman?
Probably not Craftsman.
Yeah, no,
I'm
not
thinking
Craftsman.
Is it
Ryobi.
Hitachi? Ryobi?
Mr. Ponyboy Bloom.
Yeah.
Ponyboy
See, I
Bloom with
worked
the
hardware at Home
the
Depot.
tip in. Yes. That's
Ryobi
you got
Wan
that.
Kenobi.
You got that right away, Pony. But look, I don't even
They
know
make some of
what's
his
wrong.
favorite porn.
I'm hoping, you know what my greatest scenario is? I'm hoping that I will go in there, the guy will take a look at it,
Sure.
fire it up, and
Flip a
maybe
switch.
that's it.
Here you
That's
go.
all it was. You got a fuse here. That's how mine are. I'm so pissed, though. I walk in 10 minutes. There is no one there. There's no one. I walk over to the service counter. I said, is that service over there? Yes, that's where they get items serviced. I'll call somebody. He calls. Meanwhile, the phones are ringing off the hook in this area. Obviously, people waiting for repaired merchandise that they will never see.
Of course.
Again, and guess who comes sauntering in. Guess who comes? The guy that I saw in the park that knew I was looking for.
No!
He
The
runs
same
it.
guy?
That douchebag runs it. That douche runs the place.
What's the
And I'm
timestamp again?
instantaneous. We're talking 15 minutes minimum.
Oh, wow.
Minimum. With phones ringing, 3 computer screens at stations where it's woefully understaffed.
Bring me
and
such joy.
And he saunters in, and but I'm not saying anything because I want something
would
from
you?
this guy. And so he walks around. Then as soon as he gets behind the counter, another employee materializes with another piece of equipment. 10 more minutes as they have their conversation. That conversation was I am trembling. I am so pissed off. And that conversation ends. He comes back behind the counter. This is the quote.
Okay.
This is the quote.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
That's good. Well, he wants to
I
get
look
to
at
the
him, and
bottom
I
of
am
things.
so white hot. I look at him, and I said, it doesn't work.
You are going to show him.
Yeah.
Then he says to me, license, please.
Like your
Asks for my
driver's
driver's
license?
asks for my driver's license phone number. And I give it to him. I'm starting to physically just go like this. I'm sorry. He goes, okay, here it is. It's a $19.95 consulting fee. You had to sign a waiver that we can. The repair will be up to $100. He gets halfway through that. I said, listen, but I just want to. I was wondering if anybody. I bought it at the Home Depot. I wonder if somebody could
Take a look.
You know,
Just take a look.
What's
Take a
my
look.
what? I said, what are my other options? He said, you don't have any.
Oh.
I said, what if it, I mean, how about the warranty? I bought it at Home Depot. Can they track it down with my credit card? He said they could probably look at that. You could take it over to the consumer counter. That's on the other end of the store. I looked at him. I said, this store is a shit show.
Whoa.
I said that verbatim. I said, I'm done. I said, you like it? Keep it. It's yours. I don't care. I'm out of here. And I walked. I was so pissed off.
Good
I was
for you.
so
Good for
pissed
you.
off at that. They wanted to, charge me just to even glance at it. $20 at the store where I bought the piece of crap, and then they wanted me to. He went into some convoluted explanation about that if it's under warranty, I'll get my $20 back, but the $100 you have to sign a waiver that they can repair it up to. What they're doing
They
is
want you to
basically trying to
spend-
bake you for over half the price of the item to start with.
Well, you said
for
it costs
Christ's sake.
$150. $20
Yes.
is about 14% of the value of the thing.
Right.
$100, you're basically signing, you're saying, I tell you what, I don't want to buy a new one. I'm just going to give you the money and fix the old one, and for the same money.
Exactly.
Oh.
And it's just as non-consumer friendly as anything. And by the way, their ultimate competitor, Lowe's, was the polar opposite. They were ready to give us a refund, and we didn't even buy it. They don't even sell the product. But we didn't know where we got it. It was that's
man.
yeah.
Never do you run into a more consistent batch of ambivalent people than at Home Depot.
Yeah,
and
well,
God
I mean,
knows
I understand- I
there's one
understand
right
that,
by
right.
me.
And
And when
right.
when you buy a house, you need like brackets and stuff like that as you go. And so we spent a tremendous number of times going back and forth for the one item that we needed to do the project that day, and nobody cares. And that is if you can find someone.
I've never had a problem returning anything to Amazon.
No,
I haven't.
they're
I really
perfect.
haven't.
Amen.
There you go.
Amen. Thank you very
Lesson
much.
well learned.
The anthem rings on again. The man who never has been in a retail store in his life.
No.
A man who has never actually walked into a retail store unless they're selling replica soccer jerseys when the United States was playing in the World Cup. Other
Also,
than that, he has not been
Sometimes
into
he
a
buys
retail store.
teeny tiny jeans.
Yes, but he gets those online too.
Yes,
gets
he does.
those at
Yes, he does.
Amazon.com.
Wait,
That's- I did, but I was so mad. I got into the car and I
You
forgot
showed
that
them.
I wanted.
Did you leave it? Did you leave it?
You could care. You could care less. Yeah, they'll deal with that, but they'll probably fix it and sell it to somebody. I don't know, or he'll take it home. Fine, enjoy yourself. I don't want to use your product. Don't want to use your product ever again.
I'm not part of the system.
That's right. I'm going to get on my hands and knees and I'm going to use a sponge. That's what I'm going to do. That's
We
that's
got
how I'm gonna
one
get
just
done.
like that over on
Yeah.
Scratch and Dent. You want to look at it?
Yeah, it's a good deal here. And I said, but I did get out of my car, walk back into the store one last time because I just opened the little swing door that they had there, leaned back in. He was doing something, talking to somebody else. He finally looks up to me and I said, you have a Merry Christmas. And then I went on my way. Somehow I just thought joy would be something that
Kill him with
he
kindness.
might enjoy, that bastard. Anyway, thank you very much. Are you ready with Oscarazzi this week?
Ready.
Nice.
We have our Oscarazzi from the Amazon shopper when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony Perkins.
And I am 3 of the 4 tops.
Which one are you not?
I don't know.
On tomorrow's episode, Berry Gordy.
Oh, does it get bigger than that?
It does not. He is the founder of Motown Records. Very excited about that. And some of the stupidest gifts you could ever imagine.
We're proud of that.
Be sure to check it out, TonyPerkinsShow.com. Subscribe on iTunes and download the brand new Tony Perkins Show app.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody, brought to you by Sherry's Berries. You know them, you love them, you want to give them to somebody. It's that time of year again, and Christmas time means Christmas shopping. What you need is a website where you can check off everyone on your list and know that it is a gift they will love. These will be going to my mamo, as they always do this time of year, and she gives them to everyone at the home. Relax. All you need is Sherry's Berries. Send giant, delicious dip strawberries from Sherry's Berries, starting at just $19.99. That's a 40% savings. They are fresh. They are juicy. They are gourmet. They are dipped in dark milk and white chocolate. It's fantastic chocolatey goodness, plus decadent toppings like chocolate chips and chopped nuts. And for just $10 more, this we call the Rob Spiewak offer.
Yes.
They will double your berries.
Double berries.
They will double the berries. Just remember our code TMOS. Here's the only way to get this amazing $19.99 Sherry's Berries offer. Visit berries.com. That's BERRIES.com. Click on the mic in the upper left-hand corner. Right-hand corner.
Yes,
Got it wrong. And type in TMOS. Buy the gift everyone will enjoy at berries.com. Click the microphone and type in TMOS. Order them today. They are fantastic, and you will love them. Now, without further ado, all the entertainment news. Lots of stuff going on.
Oh, yes.
Golden Globes and things like that. Here's Oscarazzi.
Hey, fellas.
Hi.
Well, good to be back on a Friday.
It isn't it, though?
Yes, the 2016 Golden Globe nominations are in.
He doesn't go jive very often, but he did that time.
Yeah.
Great to be back on a Friday with you. Thank
you know what? It's almost time for you to the office getaway. And, here's some entertainment news for you to think about.
Dash of wax. Fellas, the films with the most nominations of the Golden Globes.
Yeah, the
2016,
nods. The most nods
are Carol, The Big Short, The Revenant, which hasn't been out yet. It's with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, always kind
fair.
of frustrating.
Not
Yeah,
fair.
It's kind of frustrating with the Golden Globes, movies that I haven't seen because they haven't been widely released, and The Revenant, which I do want to see. It looks
I'll tell you
so
who
good.
has seen it, Mike, is the American Foreign Press, who'll be
the
voting
American Foreign Press.
to
they
be
see
giving
it
out the Golden
before.
Globes.
So what are the nominees for the best
Carol's
film?
got 5. We've got The Big Short with 4, The Revenant with 4, and Steve Jobs with 4.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
No one went and saw the Steve Jobs movie.
And I didn't either. And I saw the one with Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, that was your mistake.
You were into seeing it. I don't know. Carol is Kate Blanchett, right? Is that
Yes.
the okay? That's I'm kind of curious about that. And The Revenant looks really intense. The one I saw this week was Bridge of Spies, which nobody's seen either.
Is that the Tom Hanks movie?
Hanks.
Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg collaboration.
I loved the
Phenomenal.
way it looked in the previews, and yet it's
You will
just
not
been
be
swept right under the carpet.
Rob, you will love it. I would go see it.
Cool.
Yeah, I think you will really enjoy it. It
The
was terrific.
TV shows with the most nominations are as follows, and they all have 3: American Crime, Fargo, Mr. Robot, Outlander, Transparent, and Wolf Hall.
Speaking of
So,
TV,
of all those, the only one I watch is Fargo. That's the only
Fargo
one
and
that
Mr.
I watch.
Robot I just got into.
what you need to find, Stephen Colbert, I believe it was the night before last, had 3 members of the Downton Abbey cast and
Right.
made them do a scene with American accents. And it doesn't work if you don't see it. I tried it in the vault, and it just doesn't
Right.
work because you don't see them being British but talking with American accents. You must find this. It is
I will
very
look at
funny.
that. That is cool. What is Mr. Robot? What is that TV show?
It's about Tom Gavin.
Pony, I'll let you take this. Pony got me on, so go ahead, Pony.
Mr. Robot is a show about a hacker who is trying to take down a credit card company, basically.
Oh, you told me about that months ago.
Yeah. The whole plot is given to them by Anonymous, which is a hacking group. So a lot of these stories are based on real hacking events.
So it actually
really
got
cool.
it was created by the hacking group Anonymous. That is very cool.
It's
That's
neat stuff. You should check it
All
out.
right.
Should be a lot of fun.
Very
All right,
good.
a nod to the cap, and thank you to Rob here for giving me a heads up. Willard Scott announces his retirement and
Today.
plans, after 35 years, to leave the Today Show.
Wow. Well, Willard hangs out down here. I think Willard hangs out over on Sanibel sometimes.
The
I
weird
think.
thing
Yeah.
is that the only thing that's going to be weird is now that he's retired, how will anyone know?
65 years with NBC.
And he did-
65?
Yeah.
Wow.
And how long did he do? Didn't he do semi-retirement for about 20 years?
Yeah,
I mean, he's been doing the 100-year-old birth. I hope they keep that going. I
He
hope they do
started.
that.
I know he started as an NBC page. He was also our bozo in Washington D.C. for many
Yeah.
years, and also created the character of Ronald McDonald.
And a wonderful human being.
Wow, I
Had the
didn't know
pleasure of having him on the old show. He was on down at Disney. That's where we met Willard for the first time, and did one of the funniest promos where you pretend he had the copy in his hands. They are two of the most incredible, very talented, and he did that shtick. I'll never forget it. It was great shtick. It was shtick, but it was funny, and it was Willard,
And you know what?
really great human being.
He's been funny in a way that still kind of works for 60 years. He's
Yeah,
always
he's
been funny, just a naturally
and-
good guy.
A lot of joy.
Here.
Yep.
I've got the top songs of the year according to Billboard.
Oh, neat.
Pretty crazy. So then thank you again, Rob. It's here is the number one song of the top 100 songs of 2015. It's Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars with Uptown Funk. You've probably heard
I
this everywhere.
love it. No one can argue with this. This
Still
is
great. Still
perfect,
great.
purely infectious. Absolutely.
Billboard's top rock song of the year was Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon.
I loved this the first moment I heard it. This might be the song I played more times this year than any other record. Yeah.
Nice.
Old school.
Yeah, good stuff.
Billboard's top R&B song of the year is Wiz Khalifa featuring Charlie Puth, and it's See You Again.
You remember this from the pageant last night, Mike?
Absolutely. The kids all came on the stage with their angel halos.
I like this song.
Fantastic.
It's a great song.
Hold on.
And, I always wonder what his limo driver says, like when they're getting ready to leave the venue, who says, "Who's taking Wiz?" I'm sorry. There. Little Wiz Khalifa joke, ladies and gentlemen.
And
Here,
also,
I'll-
there was the social worker that came to his house when he was little, and they said, "Hey, nobody beats the Wiz." Nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
All right, moving on.
Let's cut that.
That's what you did in the back of the car. That's what you did in the back of the car. Yes. Thank you. We
Billboard's
turned it into
top-
Ron. Well, a moment for the Ron and Fez show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Billboard's top country song of the year is Take Your Time by Sam Hunt.
This doesn't sound country to me.
That sounds a little. Doesn't sound like everything you hear on country.
No.
so.
Oh, there's
Now
a
it does.
little licorice hat there. Yeah.
Now it does. Yeah. Didn't they dive right into Licorice Hat right there? That's when they did it.
Billboard's top adult contemporary song is Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud.
Yep. Huge hit. And, he's got the chops. You got to give him credit for that. He really does.
He sounds very urgent when he sings.
Rob, that riff, that chord progression. Let's get it on.
Yeah, it is precisely. You nailed
Let's
it.
get it on. Has anybody done that yet?
No, I don't think so. But you nailed it, 100%.
You got it right away. I never thought about that.
I knew it was familiar, but I didn't place it. Wow, good job.
Lawsuit.
It's literally the same thing. You might be able to have fun with that. If you drink a little bit this weekend, play with that one. That'd be cool.
I shall.
Fellas, before we get out of here, I have another story about Nicki Minaj, but what's more important is that if you buy the bonus show package, we only have a few days left to the 2016 bonus show holiday sweepstakes here. We're giving away 5 gift cards, 5 $250 gift cards, and we start Monday.
That's right. It begins Monday.
We're giving away 5 $250 gift cards. Our way of saying thank you to the best listeners ever. 5 gifts for 5 big TMOS holiday winners, and it could be you. Here's how. Just subscribe to the 2016 bonus package. It's that easy. Everyone who buys the 2016 bonus package automatically entered to win one of the gift cards, a little holiday bonus from us to you, the 2016 bonus package, all waiting for you at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and a chance at one of those $250 gift cards. Good luck. Thank you for a great 2015, and here's to an even better 2016. No purchases necessary. Details on our website. Even if you're currently subscribed, it's the best time to renew.
Yes.
And it makes a great holiday gift for the TMOS fan in your life. There we are.
Ooh, that's
Thank
entertainment.
you very much.
Let me tell
And you know, when you say gift, I will say this. Here to Matthew Ponyboy Bloom, who rebuilt the entire system to make it easy and efficient to give it as a gift.
or get.
He did such a great job. So thank you, Matt.
Well done. Yeah, give somebody the gift of laughter.
Please. Please.
Right.
One more?
One more, yes. Nikki, so I mentioned Nicki Minaj. How big is a big ring, diamond-wise, this year? What's the average, you think, for a diamond ring for engagement?
About 3/4 carat, probably.
That's big.
So
that's
that's
real
huge.
big. Yeah.
The national average is 1 carat as of today.
Oh, don't tell Carrie that.
Thank you so much for this ring chip. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know, again, looking at this, Nicki Minaj.
Well, Rob got Carrie's engagement ring by going to Tab Patterson's house and taking off the diamond stylus on one of his turntables.
Yeah, not only is it nice on her finger, but it also plays the new ELO record.
There you go. It's fantastic.
Apparently engaged to Meek Mill.
How do you spell his first name?
M-E-E-K.
Oh, I
last
like
name Mill.
Meek O'Mara.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Apparently, the ring looks to be a little over 10 carats.
What?
That is
my
reported.
God, that's like Elizabeth Taylor big.
That's incredible.
Cartoon size. So congratulations to Nicki Minaj.
Wow.
That's Oscar Rossi for today.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you very much,
you.
Oscar. We will take a break, and then it's our last audio vault of the week, and he's got lots of stuff because we're doubling up from yesterday when we had the wonderful Adam Ferrara on the show. We will take a break and be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
This week on the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show.
You never reaped the rewards of a car
No, the
deal,
only
did
car
you?
deal we ever got was in Arizona. Well, I did, at least when I was in radio, and it was awesome. They gave me a used, and I bought it from them when I left Phoenix. They gave me a used 330 Ci BMW to drive around, and
Really?
they paid us $1,200 a month to do it. On top of giving us the car, it was the best thing ever.
God.
Yeah,
I
looked at Chad. I said, "We're rich. We're making $40K a year. We're rich."
Just 5 hours a week, just ain't enough. Always available at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
It's so true, too.
We're rich.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. So you know about Cameron Hughes Wine. They've got relationships with super high-end wineries around the world, and they have relationships. Thank you, moron Michael. Anyway, they buy the wineries extra bottles and sell them direct to you for 40% to 80% less than what you would originally pay. Cameron Hughes Wine is a sure thing for the holidays. No more worrying about what wine to get and whether or not it's any good. Cameron Hughes always delivers. We love their wine. 20% off their amazing wine sampler package. That's wine and premium handmade chocolate truffles. Yum, yum, yum. They make amazing gifts. Wine and chocolate. What's not to like?
Thank you, Anna.
How about free shipping? You got it. Just remember the code TMOS. Wine costs so much to ship because it's heavy. So this is a great deal with free shipping. The only way to get 20% off wine and chocolate sampler packs and free shipping is to go to chwine.com, click the microphone in the upper left-hand corner, and enter TMOS. Then start buying awesome wine. That's chwine, CameronHughes.com, chwine.com. Click the mic and enter TMOS. Don't wait. This offer ends this week only. Fantastic wine, fantastic deals, chwine.com. Order today. Now, without further ado, let's get it in here right now. It's time for the audio vault. Rob Spiewak.
We are in the thick of Hanukkah, and you know what? Congratulations to Adam Sandler for coming out with the 4th version of the Hanukkah song and making timely references like Jared Fogle. That is not my favorite Hanukkah song, Mike.
Okay,
and as
very
we
good.
celebrate the Festival of Lights for our Jewish friends, let's sing along.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
There he
I
is.
made it out of clay.
Alan
And when
Goodman.
it's dry and ready, then dreidel I will play.
Alan Goodman.
I don't know the rest of the words, but neither do you. You know nothing about Hanukkah, so here we go again. Hey, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
Perfect
I
rhythm.
made it out of clay. From me to you, Don and Mike, have a happy holiday.
There you are, our old general
Sorry,
manager.
I'm not with you. Take care.
There he is.
You know that
It's Alan Goodman.
my father said, "Won't you play that today?" And I said,
Alan
"Yes,
Goodman.
yes, I will."
That's awesome.
And
Alan
actually, that
Goodman,
brings
our
us
general manager. That was P.T. Barnum.
It brings us to our actual first tape. Tomorrow is December 12th, 2015, and it actually marks the 100th birthday of Frank Sinatra. Frank would have been 100 tomorrow. And Larry King, in I believe the year 1985, recorded for Westwood One a Frank Sinatra sort of like retrospective of his career.
Right.
And Westwood One has floated it out again. But here's what's great. This is hyper smoking Larry. This is not the Larry we have today. And I think you're going to enjoy this. And the reason I say this is because Alan Goodman one time did one of the greatest things. He walked into their studio one morning and brought
April
Larry King in.
Fools.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know if it was April Fool's.
But I do know that it was the day before Larry
That was
had
George Michael.
That was before his heart attack. The day
Right
before his heart
like,
attack.
like the day before he had the heart attack.
Yeah, so there's that. But anyway, here is Larry King, 1985 style.
My name is Francis Albert.
Sinatra. Just the name conjures up the image of a whole generation.
And now the end is near.
Francis Albert Sinatra, the voice, chairman of the board, 6 decades of hits, dozens of films, awards, too numerous to mention. Thanks for the memories, Frank.
Such great talent coupled with such great writing.
You know, Rob, you know what I expected? I expected he would sound younger. Because of the smoking, he sounds
just
exactly
as old,
like he sounds today.
but faster. It's faster, Larry.
Faster, and he would not, if he kept up that, he wouldn't be here today.
No.
I mean, that wouldn't be happening.
We'd be playing the Westwood One tribute to Larry King.
To Larry King, right.
Let's hear a little more of fast talking, slow walking Larry King.
In late 1952, things started to come apart for Sinatra. Many had been predicting, even hoping for his demise, but now it actually started to happen. Frank lost his recording contract at Columbia.
Still mouth noises, too.
I'm Ab. Yeah, I'm Larry King.
Hey.
Folks, this is Larry King.
Can Larry call my mom next week?
Shh, don't. I have a few things planned for the Christmas bonus show. So, want to give him a call. Mike,
Hi, it's Larry King.
do you have a piece of paper and something to write with?
Yes, I do.
I'd like you to write down this name because it's an Irish name, and I want to see how you do. It's S-A-O-I-R-S-E. You can play along if you want to, Oscar.
Go ahead. S-A-O.
S-A-O-I-R-S-E. Now, this is a lady, and she is beautiful. I think she's about 21 years old. Her name is Ronan, and she's in the movie Brooklyn, which is about an
I
Irish...
just heard about Brooklyn, yeah.
The previews look great. She's an Irish immigrant who falls in with a guy who's very Italian around the turn of the century.
I'm a slow writer, Rob Spiewak. Can you give that to me one more time?
S-A-O-I-R-S-E.
All right, hold on.
And, there's a lot of culture clash and also some hatefulness because of the two different communities around, 1900 New York, I believe it is. But it looks to be a great story. And she's a
S-A-O-I-R-S-E. That's,
Yes.
let me see, that's Gaelic. That's Gaelic. That's
Okay.
the Gaelic spelling, and that would be Shisha. Shisha.
You're actually really close. It's Saoirse.
Wow.
Saoirse. Her name is
Marcus Saoirse.
Saoirse.
And her name is Saoirse Ronan. And here's how Dennis Quaid said her name at the Golden Globes nominations.
Best performance by an actress in a motion picture drama. Shisha Ronan, Brooklyn.
Not good. She says that her name is constantly screwed up.
I mean everything except for Saoirse. So I've never heard Saoirse once. Saucy, Sarah's, Skirsha. I got Skirsha once.
Yeah.
Sarah's. The worst one I had, though, and it's so amazing because it's actually a name, Shelley Ronan.
Shelley Ronan.
That's me.
Shelley Ronan. But I've got a really big feeling that this movie over Christmas is going to gain some traction. So look for it. It's called
Can't
Brooklyn.
wait.
You're going to love it, Mike, because it's about an Irish immigrant. She's got the most beautiful, beautiful accent.
And
Very,
that's
very cool.
getting a lot of Oscar buzz, right?
Oh yeah,
That
oh yeah.
particular movie?
Now
Yeah,
this
big time.
is something that I would never think in a million years would work. If you were to mash up "Smells Like Teen Spirit" and Adele singing "Hello."
There's such a difference between us and a million miles. When the lights out, it's as dangerous
It's so overpitched, though.
I know.
Of course they got there with
But
it, you know?
This is cool, though.
How do you make the most depressing song in the world even more depressing?
Yeah, I know. I know.
So I thought that was, you know what? Very clever, boys. The only thing that would have been
better. If you
better.
take that Ed Sheeran song and mix it with "Let's Get It On," you'll
then we'll have something.
I think you're on to something.
I'm gonna take Ed Sheeran and Marvin Gaye and I'm gonna put a young Larry King over it and see what happens. And by the way, Trump has canceled a trip.
Donald Trump has canceled a planned trip to Israel. He canceled it. When asked why, Trump said they already have a wall and a fear of Muslims. My work there is done.
That is your Magic Audio Vault. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Have a great weekend.
That's it. Another Mike O'Mara Show has come and gone. Be sure and join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you want to correspond with our show with a letter or package, send it to TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177. Hey, Trip Affleck, thanks for the poop bags. I appreciate that. Remember, we rely on your word of mouth. Tell a friend or family member about TMOS and make sure they get it too. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
This episode of the Mike O'Mara Show has been brought to you by our Amazon page. Remember, especially during the holidays, the next time you need to buy anything, just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. And happy holidays.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.